like, no, bottle caps will do. Aye, so let's go on to the movie for today.
Yeah.
Today we are talking about Fantastic Four 2015. If you have not seen Fantastic Four 2015, congratulations.
It's not that bad.
If you haven't seen it, we are going to talk about it at length, and spoilers will be happening.
Right, who's this?
Yep. There we go. It's a wee bit loud today. It's just a wee extra warning to make sure, make sure you watch this movie first before continuing on with the podcast.
Yes.
Right. Just that moment where it's like, alright, I'm just giving you that extra time in case you've got your phone in your pocket. And you're like, no, you need to stop before they tell me what happens.
The kid know to listen to me the title.
Spoiler warning, this movie is directed by Josh Trank. Director of Chronicle. See, they might not have wanted to know that, but... The movie stars Miles Teller as Reed Richards.
Stretchy.
Michael B. Jordan as Johnny Storm.
Fire. I'm burning.
Kate Mara as Sue Storm.
Invisible.
Jamie Bell as Ben Grimm.
Rocket.
And Toby Kebbell as Victor Von Doom.
How do you know what to say about him? Plastic face.
Plastic. Shrink wrap man. Andrew, tell me the plot of Fantastic Four.
I can't. I've seen the film and I think it was a bit.
You want me to tell you what IMDb says?
Tell me what they say.
4 young outsiders teleport to an alternate and dangerous universe which alters their physical forms in shocking ways. The 4 must learn to harness their new abilities and work together to save the Earth from a former friend turned enemy. Save Earth, really? Oh.
Well, they did create a black hole there.
I guess. It's like, what's he doing? He left. He went back to his home planet. But we'll get there. Film starts in 2007. Wait, Andrew.
What?
Let's get your opinion first.
What?
In a nutshell, did you like Fantastic Four?
It's alright.
Yes.
It's low down in the superhero spectrum, but
Aye.
it's watchable.
Yeah, aye. Like, we know it's had its toys, but like when you finally come around to watching it going, right, I thought it could have been, I thought it would have done a lot worse. I thought there was going to be a lot more offensive things happening into this film. But, yeah.
Fucking get it turned off, you beast.
I was going to come up with something clever and going, oh, right, it's the director telling us that it's a really good film, but it's no. It's like my cousin saying, how's Fallout? As I don't get me started, I've always spent 10 minutes on a podcast talking. Aye. Right away, I thought this movie looked like Super 8 to begin with. Like, sure, it was set in 2007, but it just looked... I reckon if it just because of whatever town they were filming it in.
I
think it was
like fucking children that were brainy.
Aye, like in their garage they've got all this fucking science equipment. It's like, don't your parents mind? They don't understand. It's like, they would still understand that you're fucking loading the garage full of shite and your dad's car has to be parked outside.
Fucking bug. That looks like a fucking bomb. How the fuck is it going to happen?
The little terrorist.
Yes.
He's sitting trying to steal power converters, even though he's not strong enough to move one himself. He needs the lorry for the fucking scrappies to help him.
Right. The boy that likes to dance.
Aye.
Young boy that likes to dance.
So aye. Fast forward to 2014. I'm here 7 years later. I'm like, alright, I thought...
He got abs.
Did he get abs?
Well,
I don't remember abs.
When he came back for fucking...
What are we talking about, Reed Richards?
Yeah.
Aye.
When he got stretched. When
he
was lying at the table.
Aye. So, yes, and now it's like a school science... Like, aye, where like it's taken them 7 years to master this machine, and eventually like downsize it so it's not the size of a fucking garage.
Yeah.
And to the point like they managed to teleport like a toy aeroplane, come back, and it's covered in like space dust. And the teacher's like, magic, not real science. Walks away Like, that guy should be shitting kittens.
I know.
Like, the fact that this guy's made a teleportation device and it worked with proof, and it came back with, like, evidence all over it. And he was like, false. I was like,
Well, it's hard to believe.
aye, but
They do that all the time in magic shows.
nah. Maybe.
It's hard to prove the science behind teleportation if
But,
you've got
like,
to yourself.
if you manage to make a telephone out of potato,
Aye.
or was it a clock, not a telephone?
Clock. Every cunt can make clocks out of toys.
Aye. Like, I got first prize. Let's see. And again, just when I hear Miles Teller, like, talking and sitting, dropping science, I keep just thinking, like, he's just, like, he has to be related to Shia LaBeouf. They're just so similar. Even, like, just the way they talk, and it's like, you just have to be brothers. There's something going on here. Like, you're, like, a mini Shia LaBeouf that's not went crazy yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until he gets a franchise movie and then he'll be fucked.
Maybe Fantastic Four sent him over
They're
there.
not going to make another one.
Aye, so this obviously captures the attention of someone else, somebody that can see this isn't just a little magic show.
Someone who wants to steal his ideas.
Yes.
Obviously taking photos of it. I'm like, the fuck you're doing?
Aye.
Give me your phone!
I'll give you money and make you. No, I'll just give you your resources.
Yes.
And here's my daughter. Work together. Make science. No
Yes.
babies.
Oh.
Because I'll fucking kill you if you touch my daughter. So aye, it's...
Was that ever addressed that she was, I take it she was meant to be adopted?
Aye.
Was
It did get mentioned, like they had like a wee...
Oh, aye, she's for Kosovo, but she just...
Aye, it's like you don't have the
accent.
accent.
Saying, don't I?
Aye. Mm-hmm. Aye. That bit.
Aye.
So... Aye, I'm trying to think. I've not written that guy's name, but it's Franklin Storm they cried him, but he's Reggie Cathy. Is he a familiar face to you?
He's
The
a
dad.
familiar face, but didn't kill his name.
Aye.
They can what for?
That's it. I'll jump to this bit the new since we're talking about it. I know him as Freddy from the House of Cards.
I
Like
never watched that.
he's in, like, pops up throughout the 3 seasons as like the guy that just has like a southern like rib joint that the president likes to go in his downtime and have some ribs.
He said he was suffered for a rib joint. So what's wrong with his ribs? He keeps popping back up with your ribs.
So he's like the guy that's just there with his like soothing voice, just sitting telling the president.
Soothing. It was like his voice is about the brown noise. It's so deep.
Well, that's it. Like you can imagine him singing soul easily.
Yeah.
So like he's always there making ribs, but IMDb credit like his top 4 most known films is Seven, American Psycho, The Machinist, and The Mask. Like I can't picture him in any of those films. I think American Psycho he's credited as homeless man.
Oh.
So I think he's just been one of these guys that's been around, and he's occasionally getting side parts and like supporting roles.
Oh well.
More TV shows and movies, but he seems to have been in some big films.
Mm-hmm.
But so he plays the dad. He's like, we'll give you the resources. Let's make your science happen. Billy Elliot likes his chuggy because every time you see him, he's like,
Blah blah blah. And then he passed it on to that fucking evil guy. I noticed. When he stopped chewing, the fucking evil guy started chewing. It's like he was so fucking cocky when he was doing it.
aye. Let's see. Sue Storm's so serious. Like she breaks down music. Music is just patterns that we respond to.
Yeah. Fucking asshole. Alright, I'll not talk to you then.
It's like, chill out, just enjoy the music.
Yeah.
Stop science and everything.
Yeah, asshole.
She familiar to you? Kate Mara? Who I've just...
She's related to Rudy Mara.
Yeah, I just noticed that yesterday.
And she's already a millionaire.
Already a millionaire?
She's for money.
Ah, right.
Like her family's known for owning fucking
Hollywood.
NFL franchises.
Alright. So that's why they've... Well, no, maybe they've earned their way into Hollywood, surely. They've not been...
Because they got paid to go to
the finest schools.
finest fucking acting schools.
Ah, well.
And all that to get raped and fucking the dragon try to...
Alright, I was like, I don't remember a rape scene in this film.
Did you know why he fucking stretch his fingers? Stretch his fingers lifting up her skirt.
Oh, I know her primarily for, again, House of Cards. She was in the very first season as like Kevin Spacey's squeeze. She was like an internet blogger that was against the president, but the president liked her on the side.
Liked her or fucking booked her silly.
Occasionally went in for a wee chow.
Oh, a wee chow?
Aye.
What, did dick stuff? Just fucking mouth stuff?
Just popped her on the bed. I didn't think he was the president then, so it probably wasn't a big enough scandal. But she was also in 127 Hours as like those backpackers he meets before he gets caught between the rock and a hard place.
Yay.
And of course, like she was also one of like 30 people in The Martian.
Never watched that yet.
Aye. Backs the border against Franklin's plans. They sound just as bad as the science teacher.
Right.
Victor Von Doom is a techie recluse. 6 monitors and fucking half glasses.
They're the fucking like Google lens or something.
Exactly.
You can control shit with his eyes.
Is that why he's sitting there and there's all these monitors doing shit and he's not touching anything? There's just like one eye just fucking darting all over the room.
I thought he was like
playing like Gears of War and...
I thought he was going to be paralysed because he was like in a wheelchair with a wee fucking stick. I thought he was like, oh fuck.
Nah, he's just a really lazy cunt. Sitting in a fucking gaming chair. And then like... he's this moody recluse, and then he's like, "How's Susan?" It's like, oh, like there's always, like one girl in this film, and everyone's fucking weak for her. It's
she's
like
leaving that good lane.
So, like he's like, it's not like science. We understand music. We see the patterns. We were meant to be.
But I'm too like angry.
Aye.
What was he? He was in Rock and Roller.
Was he?
He was like the main guy in Rock and Roller. Well, not the main guy. Fucking Gerard Butler was the main guy.
Aye.
He was the fucking main guy.
Aye, I neglected to look up anything about him. Like, I would have just guessed that he was in like those insurgent films, like every other like teenager in Hollywood.
In Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Was he the apprentice?
No, the apprentice was Bushell or something. J. Bushell, or his name, I reckon I would say it. He's the Canadian boy.
Right.
He's the apprentice.
Aye.
Nicolas Cage is the fucking wizard, and this guy's like the bad guy's apprentice.
Aye. How are we not doing that next week?
It might be.
Let's see. Aye, Victor Von Doom's too cool for school. Like, it's like, right, okay, we need to make Victor Von Doom modern.
Yeah.
And, like, not as, like, he's science, but he's a teenager. And science nowadays is like computers. Let's make him look like Zuckerberg.
Right.
It just looks like the guy behind Facebook. He's got, like, hoodie on, leather jacket, bit stubble. Not at all interested in anything that's going around him. He's just too cool for school. And there's like, hi, Susan! I like your hair. Are we going to space? It's like, oh, Doom.
Fucking bitch.
Can we listen to patterns later? Please.
Fucking hell. Listen to patterns.
You've not accepted my friend request.
Oh.
On my new social network I built. Susan's book.
Susan's book. Fuck's sake.
It's just me watching you.
You made that ability.
I need your IP address.
He has it.
So Earth's failing. They need a new planet to save their own.
He needs a new planet to kill.
Aye. It's like, but wait a second, that's the plot to Interstellar. That's the whole reason why they went to space. Then we get Johnny Storm's introduction as a street racer with a shitty car.
Right. Well, we had a no bad car. He was running until he fucking exploded the engine.
Exactly. But he qualifies to be a science because he could build anything, and he pays off his debts to his dad.
Yeah, by getting set on fire.
Aye, by like you could science in here with these people. Then we get the sciences happening montage where we get to see like the guys are bonding. Look, Von Doom and Reed Richards and a whiteboard. Squiggling away.
Yeah. He was just put that fucking song in any montage that One foot in front of the other. What's that song? They do it Family Guy all the time.
Ah, right. I'm lost. I thought you were going to say, like, I need a montage. Like,
no.
fucking, like, you could probably play that. Or, like, you could put Hearts on Fire from Rocky 4 over it. Of them just writing, and then just fucking Sue Storm sitting listening to music, nodding. And then it's just, like, fucking Johnny Storm building things and accidentally breaking them. And, like, just more scribbling on whiteboards. Just so much bonding in science.
And then finished.
Next thing you know, CGI monkeys are being teleported to space.
I was like, no, Caesar.
I'm so surprised that the monkey wasn't all Caesared up upon return. Like, they open the castle and goes, no, sit in the back, close the door. Because you can never look at a CGI monkey and not think the rise. I did like how they all had like designer goggles, like for when they were going to space, but it's like they're open on 3D glasses. It's like, okay,
lenses up.
So all the fucking Baxter board are all happy with the results. It's like, right, well, let's get NASA phone and get some folks sent. And he said, no, we thought we were going to do it. Like,
fuck you, use are the science. He's under the doors.
Yous are not the astronauts. And the fact they're all going, no, we should do this. And I thought, no, professional astronauts should be going to this, not just because you built it thinks I could handle fucking space travel. Sure, like they cut the middleman out by
not space travel.
I know, it's like
it's interdimensional travel.
Aye, it's just like, right, close the open door. I'm in space on unknown planet. Yes, I know that. I can't do impressions, so I'll just do silly voices for everyone.
Oh my goodness.
So like they all kind of blow off some steam by getting pissed with the smallest little hip flask.
Oh no.
And like they seem to be getting absolute shit faced.
It has to be like absinthe or something.
I know, like some fucking hoity-toity like liquor that's just fucking blowing the socks off because Reed Richards is losing it.
I don't drink. Kills neurons.
Aye, or that's it. It's like it was just some low-level alcohol that I can't think of to make a fight. Ethanol.
So alcohol is
what's the one that they make the cough syrup? Scissorp. They didn't have a wee scissor. They said sharing that. It's like, and they're getting shit faced. Like, how are you getting that bad? There's hardly anything in it. And it's like we're all pals. We'll never grow apart, will we? Like, let's go to space. And like the weirdest fucking part was like, oh, I forgot about my pal. That's like an hour out of town. Hey, fancy going to space?
Okay, I don't want to, but I'll go because it's your friend.
Aye, it's like I qualify as an astronaut as well for this silly travel. I could fit in the coffin, the space casket.
They did like coffins.
Aye, like if they just did that and got the fucking coordinates wrong in the Flash, and they get there and it's just all dirt. It's like, no, we're underground.
That's one thing I didn't understand.
I like how they find the perfect landing spot.
Always landed perfectly. I never because it was he was going back to the same bit, was it? No.
Aye.
That same bit's like crumbled into the fucking sea of powers.
Exactly.
How did they land somewhere else? Next to Doom.
Aye. Like I could just imagine the director or whoever wrote it just trying to justify it. It's like, wait, you can believe they have all these superpowers, but you can't believe they could find a perfect piece of landing space on another planet. Like, yes, that doesn't make sense. It's false. But I believe the thing. That could happen. Let's see. Like, to be honest, I was actually surprised the lack of in-your-face advertising. It might be a little bit more subtle in this.
I noticed Dell.
I noticed a Dr. Pepper vending machine as they were getting ready to walk into their craft, their little space containers.
Who the headphones were though.
Right, there wasn't a big bee.
The one with fucking beats.
Aye, because that's usually the one that does them all. Everyone cashes into that one.
No, is this not a Sony phone?
That could be it. Exactly. Like it looked like she had the token white earphones you would get with Apple products, but they never everything could just have generic white earphones now.
Yeah.
So three of us going to space. Now I'll phone my pal. Let's go to space. It's like a minibus that's got too many spare seats. He's like, you've got room for another. You two. Bring your mum.
Your mum.
Bring her tea.
She's too busy battling fuckies, big man.
Aye.
He's in jail.
So I teleported to. I was just crying at Planet X because where the fuck? They named it later, but I neglected to write it down. Let's see, selfies in space, convergent energy, watching them scale down the rock, like going down the side of this, and it just made you think that a lot of money's been put into this. Like, sure, maybe like all the background's a giant green screen, and they're just scaling down some structure that they've.
It was when their faces fucking were they no CGI'd into the masks?
I'm not too sure. I know like
they looked fucking.
They had like the thing covering like from the nose down, covering the mouth, and you can only really tell by like their characteristics. Like Reed's got glasses on, and like then the other ones like then there's the black guy, then there's the other two. But so there was like a lot of acting had to go with eyebrows, like to convey panic and shock. But it's like when they find like the green pool of energy, and it isn't like when you have a wee dip. When you put just dip your hand and it goes spazzes out. Like the planet looks like it's just about to explode. Like when they're trying to escape, like scaling back up like the side of the mountain, and all the green goop, space goop, just explodes and covers like Victor Von Doom.
Yeah,
like,
somehow starts melting them.
He starts screaming instantly as it touches him, but you can still hear it dissolving. Like, I was like panicked and then maybe he screamed, but right away he's like, ah! It's like, did it cut right through him straight away? But like, he looked like he was alright for a minute, but then just fell. And then that was him. Upon re-entry, they knock out Sue.
Yeah, so the fucking like quantum blast.
Aye, like, well, because it's strange, like, you would think, like, what's causing it? Is it, like, the teleportation thing that's causing it, or is it what they've taken from space, they've brought it back, and the fact that she's in the vicinity of their arrival?
No, I think it's the quantum blast is
what's triggered the powers.
Her power.
Aye, because it just knocked the bitch to the floor, and then she just faded out.
Because she feels invisible.
Yeah,
that
would have just been funny as hell if like that happens and they all come out like the wee space caskets and they're walking down the wee catwalk and start fucking tripping on her, standing on her. Like, oh, what the fuck? Oh. And she's like, oh yeah, fuck it. And like even like, well no, because that's it kind of explodes on arrival and that's why they're all scattered all over the shop. There was not a safe return. Because imagine the thing just stands on the back and that's her fault. But no. They all get scarred.
He came back as like a giant fucking rock.
Aye. And Reed Richards is sitting and saying, my pal's trapped under rocks.
Help me. I can't get my legs long.
Like, it was like a really cool shot, like when the great visual of him waking up and he just sees Johnny Storm as like a flaming corpse. And he's like, oh my god, he died, he's burning alive. And he's like probably going... This boy's soon to sleep, but
warm sleep.
It was just the visual of his just like just like a corpse on fire. The whole thing that like it's always hard to like how do you make the perfect Human Torch? Like something about his facial features in the CGI just looks awfully strange. Like it's not off-putting, but it's just like obviously he doesn't have lips, or no, he kind of has eyelids, but it just looked like there's something wrong with his mouth. It looked like off his simian, like had like a sort of like a duck mouth. Like it's like it had like a gum shield in that just made his. I reckon it was just something about it that just looked like.
I don't know. I never noticed anything wrong with his face. It was his horns. Looked like he's fucking
skeletal. Like they don't like had fingers or like prongs.
It was like fucking metal. Fucking. It's like it had metal claws.
Aye, like I reckon if that was whatever it was on his suit,
maybe.
But I just thought it was not a strange choice. Like obviously, like in the last film, you had just Chris Evans CGI layered over him as, and I'm guessing Michael B. Jordan was probably just in like a green suit or something.
Yeah, probably.
But I like that reveal of Reed Richards like leg stretching. They did. It was quite well how they done it. Like him crawling across the room and the soldier from the waist up, and he's trying to help Ben. And when he turns around, he just realises his legs have went like the length of the room. So like it's a nice subtle way to introduce like what the fuck has happened to these people.
But why did his fit not stretch out the whole when he was pulling it?
Well, I guess like maybe he just thought like he was pinned, and there's no point struggling. Well, no, he didn't. He was pinned because he thought he was able to crawl across the room. So maybe just because there's...
Aye, but what I'm saying is, like, he's putting his leg out. Why did
his foot would have stretched.
His foot would have no fucking, like, bent in half to get out the hole.
Aye, but I don't think he's thought of that, like, he knows how to do that yet. Like, he probably just can't feel his legs and he's crawling across the room.
I'll let you off then.
Let's see. Cut to Area 57,
Yeah.
which I'd rewind it because I was writing Area 52.
I thought it was Area 51, but in the snow.
Aye,
that's Area 51.
Area 51 is the one in the desert. Aye. Like, I wrote 52 thinking it was 51. And I thought, I'd rewind it back because, like, that doesn't seem right. And I looked, I was like, 57? Like, okay. I'm going to seem stupid if I say Area 57. It's like, it's 51, you tit.
No aliens in 57, though.
No, just superhumans. Yeah. So, aye, they drug up Reed. One answers from one of them to shake his horns. He just wants to find out where his pals are.
Where's my pal?
We get an update on like Sue and Johnny Storm. He's still just like lying on fire, and she's just like sitting fading in and out. But I like when like Reed Richards decides to like try and escape. Like he does like I'll do the Die Hard thing. I'll just crawl through the air vents. But he's still like all fucking
straight you.
Aye, it's like. It's like when
and naked. I noticed.
Because he did that. Because he just had like
just pulled his celly on the grates. Oh, my dick's
Imagine if his dick was still chapped in the first grate to begin and just forgetting still a stretchy dick. He's like, man, I'd kind of just strain on my dick.
I can't find him. Follow that dick.
He just jumps at the vent and he's still just strung up on it. He's just hanging like a pinata. And the military come out with fucking bats and start batting them. There's no candy coming out. So we get to see the CGI, the Thing. He's so scared. They're just like that's the point where I realised like
such a pussy.
This film is so serious. Like this is like the Fantastic Four. Being like trying to match alongside like the Dark Knight. Like they're trying to make this completely realistic and taken so fucking serious. Like there's not really any humour in this film.
The only thing is
what's
Michael
funny?
B. Jordan.
Like just
his attitude kind of thing.
Like aye, because he's got a good sense of humour. But that's it. I think this might have been the biggest upset for people going in it because. All the other Marvel movies have got good mixture of humour, action, comment. Like there's lots of little funny things like Hulk punches Thor, and like just all the little throwaway gags or funny lines. Like there's a good mixture of action and comedy, like overall entertaining. This is like woof, like it's like they're almost in like not concentration camp, but like. The way that they're in prison because like they're creatures from another planet almost, and it's just like, and just seeing how scared the Thing is. Like, no, you're supposed to be like accidentally breaking toilet seats and like.
Where's your fucking like his like hard Brooklyn accent? Does he not have?
I knew he's just a crumpled little man. But
where's your shorts? That's one thing that pissed me off. Does he not have a dick? Because he's a rock man. Is there no like one single rock that you could lift up?
Maybe just kind of just tucked it in. Like if he was standing at an angle, there's a couple boulders pointing out at the back. It's like fucking Silence of the Lambs. He's done the tuck.
No.
Then 1 year later, all right, what got cut out? Now like. The Fantastic Three are military weapons.
Well, one of them is.
Aye, like the Thing's just like
getting angry.
Go, be Hulk.
Basically.
throw them in places to attack people. Sue doesn't want to be a tool.
But she is.
She'll act like one. Like, fuck it, I'll mess about with these containers and I'll just hide in a bubble and watch things. Like, the Human Torch is always going to be that character who kind of embraces his power. Like, he loves it. Like, he's basically like, I'm better than I was before. And, like, I could be a weapon. I could, like, he's like, the whole thing when they had, it's not invested, but there were people flying out to meet them.
The military.
Aye. And he's like flying alongside the ship, destroys a drone, and just tips off the captain and flies away. He's like, okay, like, let's keep him on our side.
That's number 2.
Exactly. So
that's racist too. Couldn't black guy number 2.
So they're military weapons. Reed's become like this fucking fugitive. I like the fact that, like, just because he stretches, like, he could just rearrange his face and look Hispanic and work a till. And just and I'm just gonna leave. He's like, why is the shop owner not capable?
How much is Cinco?
Eh?
How much is Cinco?
4. Let's say 4.
Oh, that's Quattro, isn't it?
5. I could hear Quattro, Cinco. That sounds like words that go together.
In Spanish.
Yes. Any Spaniards listening, tweet us at FAS Podcast.
Why did they listen to
I
us?
tweet back saying, don't call me a fucking Spaniard. Alright, I'm sorry. Let's see. Like, Sue's, when, like, they get Reed back quite easily. Like, they drop in Ben Grimm. They have like a wee back and forth fight, and then he just headbutts him. Should have just killed.
I would have.
It should, like, even though he stretches, it should have then just like frying panned his face like a Tom and Jerry skit.
Definitely.
Like, and it should have just like been like that until like he kind of regains consciousness, and then realizes he could just reshape his head back to his natural form. But he should have had like a dent in his face.
Definitely.
Of where the fucking
scaled that hard.
The giant brick man just put you down. Or it'd be like a fucking Looney Tune where his head's tucked in between his fucking collarbones, and it's just like his nose and his eyes going, I'm sorry.
No fiction.
And like, see, there could have been humorous moments in this. Like, they could have had like fucking Johnny Storm put him in a headlock just to pull his head out for his shoulders, and
shoulder look.
Aye. I reckon I might be looking too much into it, but when Sue started interviewing, like when she was sitting down talking to Reed Richards, has her hair gotten, like, it might just be because it's 1 year later, but I'm positive some shots, like when they found Reed Richards when they were doing some thing online, and they found him as Captain Nemo pissing about with his emails. She looked like she had short hair tied back. When she was interviewing him, she sat with shoulder length long hair.
They're called fucking baubles.
No,
they
but
tie hair back.
but the way the hair was tied back, it was only like a tiny little ponytail. Like, she didn't have long hair, really. Like what she was at the start of the film. Like, but this one, it was like down past her shoulders. There's just something, but it's like her hair was never that long.
Oh, they can.
I think, like, I might have been looking too much into it, but there's just something about it. Like, it looked like all of a sudden just fucking a mane bigger than Thor's.
It's an illusion.
Aye. Like, that's it. She's just making, like...
Yeah, she was making her hair disappear before.
Exactly. Like, I'm in work. It's in the rod. Invisible. There you go. Nobody needs to see I've got fucking bedhead. I've just made that hide. So, let's see. Area 57. Boys willing to leave Reed to fiddle with their source code. Is that wise?
I know.
Aye, is it? Aye, we had to hunt you down and like you could destroy us, but right, aye, we'll leave you alone in the fucking control tower with our source codes. Let's see. And like, who did they send to like Planet X? Like, just military for like six guys? Aye, because it just sort of like, we just seen a bunch of faceless suits being shoved in there.
Go collect samples!
Aye, shot into space. They see fucking like Victor as like the fucking man wandering the wasteland who somehow found like a cloak. And like, I found a bunch of tarpaulin. I just fashioned it into...
Tarpole?
Aye, like... Just
Tarpaulin?
Tarpaulin.
Fucking tarpole.
Aye.
Just a bit of metal with a bit of tar on it.
Aye.
Stuck into my head there.
Aye, so like he's been that fashioned into a cape. And there's abort mission, bring him home. And
Yes.
like he's now looking like basically the only thing I could describe, like his suit is welded to his skin.
Yes, merged with skin.
Aye. The only way I could describe this is in a realistic sense of a story that's happened to me is when I had like a Rustler's hot dog put in the microwave without taking it out of the plastic wrapping. Like when I microwave food for the first time.
Fucking hell.
And I just said opened the microwave and my hot dog was shrink wrapped in plastic. He looks like a hot dog shrink wrapped in plastic.
Yes,
And like how could we hear him talk?
huh?
Like how he starts talking to people and his mouth's welded shut.
No, it's open.
Is it like little there's no like there's no mouth, is it just like little lines?
No, there's like a gap. Like on his normal mask, it was usually a metal mask with just a
Aye.
line.
Like
Well, that'll be basically the glass mask.
aye, and he's maybe talking underneath it
Aye.
through breathing holes or something. But it just looked so fucking weird, like it was like he was talking in surround sound and I was like, but you have no mouth. But aye, I guess.
It's echoing inside his mask.
And then he starts fucking offing people, like fucking Dr. Allen. Like the guy was like, no, and he just looked at him and his fucking insides get shot out. Like those giant blood splatters, no organs splatting against the wall, but it's like, holy hell, like this all of a sudden like kind of gets violent, like blood splatters anyway in a 12. I thought they'd probably kind of get away with that too much. And then he just starts looking at people, shooting them with his mine bullets. Just starts fucking offing people. And like basically he just wants to go back to his home. He wants to become a recluse on his planet. Just
He wants to kill whales.
aye. But like just when he gets there, he just looks at Franklin and just takes him out just because he was in the road. It's like, no, like the dad.
Oh, aye. He
Like
killed him.
he didn't need to kill him really.
I know, but
Like he was sort of the only guy that understood him. He brought him back. Like you should break down in tears and cuddle this man and say, look at me, I'm a monster. And it's like, it's alright, we could fix you. No, I just killed 12 folk in that corridor. Is it alright, back in your ship? Get away.
Get away here.
Aye.
Dick.
And so now I think I'll shoot you too. But I'll leave you alive to pass on a message of like good relationships between siblings.
Look after each other. Salute.
Aye. Whereas his wee beard sitting like smoking, smouldering. Like,
I thought you said it was like go like back up and walk away. It's an alien.
But aye, so he portals back to his planet. Did you not find it weird that all of a sudden a structure just starts fucking erecting out of the earth and like all this like
No, that's him.
like just with his mind power just making that structure like I was like, alright. I could see, but it just looked like just pulling fucking pillars out of the earth. Like
I saw him with his fucking
mind power.
Like, became a part of that fucking world.
Aye.
He can control it.
Alright.
That must be his Latveria.
Yes. The fictional country he's from.
Yes.
Then like, because that's it, that beam happens, shoots down the earth. Fantastic Four uses like a wee quick elevator to get to his planet in like mere minutes, like in one of Sue's bubbles.
Yeah.
It just seemed like the whole teleport thing, and then we'll just hop like the fucking expressway, and then they just hop it. It's like, are they not worried about oxygen now?
I think that was a worry.
Aye, they're just like when they're all suited and booted to begin with, and said, we're fantastic now, don't worry about it, let's just fight.
Well, they are part of that world, kind of.
I guess. Let's see. Aye, so obviously Doctor Doom blows out the torch, buries the thing, pins Reed, and bursts Susan's bubble.
Squeezes it.
Aye. Reed does a motivational speech.
Aye. We could get them together.
Exactly. And then the thing just pops in, clobbering time, punts him into the beam.
I thought he wasn't going to say it. I thought it was just going to be that fake bit where he got battered by his brother.
Aye.
At the start.
Well, that's it. It just, part of me thinks it kind of comes, it feels almost forced. Like, I feel like that catchphrase needs to be, like,
Updated.
forementioned. Like, it needs to be mentioned. Like, one of his brothers saying, "I'm going to fucking clobber you."
No, his brother said it's clobbering time.
Did he? They
Yes.
actually said it's that. That's
Burst in
fine.
the door and said it.
Right, because I never noticed that bit. I only noticed him saying at the end is that it just seems out of nowhere for him suddenly to do a fucking catchphrase.
Yeah.
As he's such just the fucking quiet, like, sitting chewing chuggy, no really thinking about anything. Like he's just there as muscle to make sure nobody bothers read. And just for him to suddenly jump out with a catchphrase without any forementioning of it, I thought was weird. But if his brother said it, that's perfect. That's what. That needs to be there to be in
There's
his
a
mind.
connection for it.
Exactly. A fucking perfectly logical one, so I'm fine with that now. Thank you for sorting my problems with the
Yes.
Fantastic Four.
You're welcome.
It's almost as if you're part of the production. I never looked at all the Rhine credits. I knew there was a lot. Let's see. Everyone gets home in time for supper. Area 57 is fucked though.
Right.
They get moved to a place called Central City, which like giant science lab in the middle of nowhere. Real Central City was the first thing that you thought of.
And
Like I
But
guess
that's fakeness because that's like a city in DC
I
comics.
so I think Central City is like supposedly referencing the comics for the Fantastic Four as well.
I
But
thought they just walked through the backs of the building.
aye, like that's the one we all know of. But like just the fact they call it Central City, it's like it's not. It's a lab in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, hey, like the four of us need a name,
Oh,
and like
that pissed me off.
the whole fact, like why is Ben Grimm the one that comes up with the word fantastic? Ben Grimm would never say the word fantastic. Billy Elliot would say fantastic, but not Ben Grimm. Like,
Fat Dabbin Dozy.
like fucking Sue Storm. Like,
I would think the word that they should have said at that point was unbelievable.
I could
That
look
makes
at that
mere
giant,
sense.
like,
It's unbelievable.
that looked like a whole fucking city of like just science equipment. Like, all that was theirs. Like, but like, that looked fantastic.
Like,
It's like when you just notice there's a fucking vending machine with Iron Brew in the corner.
yeah, bro.
Just calling back to his home or something like, aye, that's good.
Is he Scottish?
Probably not, but he's starred in enough Scottish films.
I thought he was Irish.
I thought he was English.
Anakin, where is food?
So aye. But aye, that was like the last we know. It was like we had to force the name in there somehow.
Oh, did they?
Like a newspaper could have said it, but I guess this is all like hidden under the fucking.
That would make more sense.
But no one knows about them yet. Apart
Exactly.
from a sinkhole that wiped out a fucking half a forest.
Aye.
That wasn't.
The
Area
people don't
57.
know you saved everyone, but the military does.
Aye.
So does the president.
Nice. Oh well, that's fine.
That's all I need.
Aye. But aye.
Now come back and work for us.
Then it ends,
Right.
and there's no stinger clip.
I'm glad because I never watched any of the credits.
I was kind of waiting for something.
I thought Doom would be like,
They're just like I reckon like there's
like Kim's going back to Earth and like
nah,
take control of Latveria.
but that's the thing. Like that's him. Like right, we now know that they're probably never going to make another Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
But aye, they've killed Doom. That's him gone. Like the biggest, the fucking Joker to their Batman, killed off in the first one. Who else does the Fantastic Four fight?
Silver Surfer.
So that's like they've got one other. If they ever got a chance to do it again, that's the other shot they've got. Unless they get merged with Disney or
So
Sony.
that's the only chance because they're the only folk that can make a superhero
Well,
film
that-
nowadays.
that was it. Like a couple months after it came out, and everyone went shit crazy. Like news articles popped up saying like they came to deal with Disney for a sequel, and then it came out going no, that wasn't true. But you feel that might be the only way to save them. Like keep those four folk, they're fine. They've done nothing wrong in this film. they're all perfect. Like, did you have any problems with the cast?
No.
Not like you just take them, put them into a better universe. Like, throw them in with the Avengers, and like they could still play the same characters, but they're not going to be as serious. They're going to make fun of like the Thing. He's not wearing any pants. Like, they're going to make some jokes about him. But like, you needed that. Like, this is such a fucking straight-faced film. Like, this, you were to take this seriously.
I noticed one bit that I didn't care if it was meant to be an Easter egg or no.
Right.
But it was something to do with when Michael B. Jordan was going on at the army saying that you want to use this planet as an interstellar space jail.
Right.
And that's the whole thing with Civil War.
Right.
That's where they tell all the heroes they're going to use Reed
The
Richards.
space.
Fucking,
Aye.
they used him to make a space jail and send all the fucking heroes that wouldn't register.
Aye, that vaguely comes back to me now, because the like that space jail has been something that's been referenced a few times, like in comics.
Aye.
But I never picked, like, I'm sure there's gonna be like those Easter egg videos where folk will.
Aye, put them together.
Aye. Now, do you want to hear the masses of trivia about this
Let's go.
troubled production?
Yes.
Because this is not a smooth process.
No.
Right. You want me just to run through them, or interrupt when you want to?
I will interrupt if anything is interesting to me.
Okay. So after the film came out, it was either the end of July or the beginning of August.
Right.
And I think on the opening weekend, the director Josh Trank tweeted, which I had to quickly delete, is, "A year ago, I had a fantastic version of this, and it would have received great reviews. You'll probably never see it. That's reality, though."
Oh.
Like, didn't you say that at your studio? Come on, like that they've just paid you millions to make. And after seeing this version, the studio, like, I guess the one he said that was fantastic. The studio put in a mandate of heavy reshoots in January 2015. The new scenes are easy to spot. The new scenes are easier to spot as Kate Mara had a haircut and wore a blonde wig. That's maybe like why she like looked fucking good, because she was wearing a wig. Miles Teller also had facial hair that would appear and disappear between shots.
I noticed that.
That's
I had a reference that because they said off these go, he needs to spend some time on that beard.
Like, I did notice, like, when he was like done his wee face shape and he was being like at that garage, like buying the spare part. I noticed he had some stubble there, but that's because I've been living in the woods for a year.
Oh,
I've got stubble.
yes.
And I thought he would just went all fantastic and just turned his hair off. But let's see. After disappointing reviews, Josh Trank went on to tweet that he'll never work on a comic book movie again. So that's him done with comic books. After director Josh Trank finalised his version of the film in 2004, that's more or less the same thing. Aye.
He finished it in 2004.
Yep, the studio weren't happy with the director's work, demanded reshoots in early 2015.
So you mean 14, no 4?
Aye, 14.
It's like, fucking hell.
Like,
he 15 years.
He probably would have been about 12 at that time. Let's see. It was mainly due to creative differences and the fact that Fox thought his version of the film was too violent. The current running time of the film is 1 hour and 30 minutes, which is not. That's an hour 45.
Is it?
I watched that. And the original running time was supposed to be 2 hours and 20 minutes. Terry Crews had publicly expressed interest in playing Ben Grimm. That would have been something. Like, that is your sense of humour in your film. Having a jacked up black guy. It's like, I'm the thing. Like, have Billy Elliot go to space and come back and he's a jacked up black guy.
Comes back as Terry Crews.
Exactly. No one ever mentions it. Like,
oh, he's got some wee pebbles stuck to him and he's ripped the body.
Aye. Let's see. During the production of the film, director Josh Trank displayed erratic and very isolated behaviour on set. This led to clashes between Trank and the producers over the direction of the film, since Trank didn't offer a clear one. This is all trivia taken from IMDb, which I feel like half of the facts is come from the director and half of the facts have come from the studio, where they're having like a wee tit-tat battle of he did this, they said that, he did this, he did that. So they're like publicly shitting on each other on this trivia page. Josh Trank lost access to the dressing rooms because he was very combative and abusive towards the cast, the producers and the crew, and at one point he almost got into a fist fight with Miles Teller. He's fighting the leads of the film.
This guy's still go fucking direct again,
Exactly.
let alone a superhero
During the
film.
production, Josh Trank had several small dogs who he left in a rented house in New Orleans whilst he was shooting. The dogs caused as much as £100,000 worth of dollars worth of damage to the property.
Okay, yeah.
So his dogs ate the house whilst he was working.
The Hell House.
Aye, all of it.
Stripped it down to make fucking sheet metal fencing.
Right, and right beside, across the road, was Bethesda Studios, and thought, I've got an idea. There is no after credit scenes to this film. Just a note that says the making of this film involved 15,000 jobs.
Really?
Nah, maybe 15,000 lives were lost. Josh Trank reportedly wanted Alison Williams of Girls fame, that TV show.
What?
The TV show Girls. I think it's Lena Dunham. Like, I think it's like Sex and the City, but the lassies are 10 years younger,
Really?
maybe. So there's a girl from that, Alison Williams. The director wanted her to play the role of Sue Storm. Fox demanded that Kate Mara be cast instead. This led to Trank mistreating Mara on set. Kate Mara had initially wanted to read the Fantastic Four comics to prepare for her role, but filmmakers explained to her that it was unnecessary as the film's original story was not based on comics.
I noticed that because Ben Grimm is not married. There's his wife that doesn't want to be with him anymore because he's a hideous monster.
Bad performances of this film is reportedly what got Miles Teller dropped from the movie La La Land. So this film is costing people jobs. Michael B. Jordan was Josh Trank's first choice to play Johnny Storm. The marketing campaign made no attempts to hide the fact that Josh liked Johnny Storm and was advertised much more than the other characters. Michael B. Jordan described the story as a bunch of kids that have an accident and have disabilities now they have to cope with and try and find a life afterwards.
That seems like a Stand By Me description in the film.
Aye, it's like, maybe we shouldn't let like Michael B. Jordan do any talking for this film.
A bunch of disabled kids.
Aye,
They live with life.
we've got disabilities and we have to live with them. It's like, I'm sure the boy in the wheelchair would have loved to have been the fucking Human Torch and not bound to a chair. Like, just think about what you're saying, son. The movie was screened to critics a mere 2 days before it was released in the United States. However, the movie was premiered in several regions before then, which did not have screenings for critics either, essentially saying that they didn't show it to the critics till the day before the movie came out.
Right.
So they couldn't run to the papers going, "It's shit!"
Basically.
There was a 3D conversion of the film, which was touted to be impressive by Simon Kinberg, maybe the guy in charge of 3D, but it was cancelled due to they had to use the funding from their 3D conversion to fund the reshoots of the film.
Right.
So they even edited the original posters, saying that they had all the posters had 3D on it in the first place, and they later just reissued posters without 3D on it.
Sick.
Originally, Josh Trank intended the film to be connected to his previous film Chronicle. This idea was nixed by the studio, but in the negative zone, which I guess the Planet X maybe, contained similar crystals which could be seen in Chronicle. That's it. That is the trivia hour.
Oh well.
So some shit kind of went in on this one. Like, not
Director thinks he's too big for his boots.
I in the studio were there to fucking set him straight.
Right.
So that's it. Like, the thing is, do you feel bad for the director? Like,
really.
I like the director's first film. Chronicle was a good film.
Aye.
And like, that was Michael B. Jordan as well.
Yeah.
That Dan DeHaan or Dan DeHaan,
Dandahan.
the Green Goblin for the new Spider-Man movies. Like all the guys in that film were great. Like, I think he impressed everyone with Chronicle, and that's when he said, right, here's the Fantastic Four. And they're probably saying, it can't be like Chronicle though. So, and that's it. I could see maybe the studio are wanting, like, they want their Disney Marvel movie. He wants his Chronicles superhero movie. Creative differences. He sounds like he's basically the screen version of Victor Von Doom, like this recluse hiding in like what's left of $100,000 property, surrounded by dogs
and metal fences.
Right, how much did you think it cost to make a movie like this?
$45 million.
$150 million.
No, oh fuck, aye. No, I fucking think sensible about it.
Aye.
CGI movies cost 100 plus all the time.
So aye, $150 million. Right, Andrew.
What?
Domestically, the hardest market to crack. Your own home market, America.
My home market?
Like, for him.
I'm American?
Well, at least American.
Right.
So aye, like, to deem the movie a success, it has to make its 150 million back in its home market. How much money do you think it made domestically?
43 million.
56.
Oh.
So it was still shy of 94 million that it took to make it.
Yeah.
Worldwide?
210.
167 million.
Huh.
So it pulled in another 111 million overseas.
Mm-hmm.
So overall, it made 17 million.
That's nothing. That's chop change.
So yeah, it got fucked royally. Like, I think they're also saying it was a really hard time for it to be released. It got mixed up between other giant films. I think it was like Inside Out and the new Mission Impossible, and I think I had to fit a space between those, and basically everyone else was going to see anything else than this. And
like they have to be like one of the least, like in the comic world, they know like they're one of the biggest comics, and back then they were.
I think it was one of the biggest.
They were one of the biggest comic book hero folk.
Because that was it. Like, think of like comics back in the day. Like, you've heard the name Fantastic Four.
Mm-hmm.
Like, back then you would not have heard like Avengers. Like, you'd probably think like that British TV series, The Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't think about all the like Iron Man, Thor, Hulk. Like, you'd have probably heard of Hulk, but the rest wouldn't have rung a bell until all this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Until either you'd got a proper passion into comics and picked it all up, but
I think it's just because Fantastic Four just doesn't convert to film.
Like, they keep, that's it. They've had 3 attempts now, and like they're saying the Fox retain the rights to that, and if they don't make a movie, say every 7 years, they lose the rights. Like, Fox might just be thingly enough just to make another movie in the next 7 years, just to keep a hold of those rights.
I reckon why they would want it, because they're
Within
just
the next
not doing a good job.
5 years, they'll find the next Josh Trank and think, right, it's your turn, pal.
And as they gave away their best hero that they had. They gave away Spider. Was it Fox? No, it was
Sony. Aye.
Who's Fox got? Fox has got
X-Men and Fantastic Four.
Well, they just need to give all the cunts away.
Well, that's like, even if they put the Fantastic Four into the X-Men, have a crossover with them, that'll work better. Like, because there's so much better, like, not better folk to work with, but seeing like fucking Wolverine look at the Fantastic Four, and like there's so much possibilities about merging those two franchises together that could save it. Like, X-Men Apocalypse is easily going to like make its money. Like, that is a successful franchise. Just adding 4 more characters to that franchise that have had an origin story already. We know what they can do. Putting them in there, like, you're still going to make your money.
Oh, they're going to need some sort of science to beat them. Because I'm sure they can't beat them. I'm sure they have to lock them away or something like that.
Aye. Who knows? Awards, it's won one.
Oh, really?
Yep. It won at CinemaCon USA. It won the 2015. It won the CinemaCon award for it. Like, ensemble cast.
Oh well.
Like, I guess it just approves of the casting decision of Jamie Bell, Michael B. Jordan, Kate Mara, and Miles Teller.
Yeah.
Internet's reaction, Andrew. It is time to find out what the internet's thought.
God,
IMDb rated it 4.2 out of 10 based on 64,000 ratings. Rotten Tomatoes, Andrew. Let's start with the audience.
54.
20
Really?
out of 100.
Didn't think it was that bad.
Right, so now we have to think. Audience always seems to like the movies a little bit more favourably than the critics. So that's a wee guidance. How much do you think the critics of Rotten Tomato rated it?
13.
9.
Oh, single figures!
Yes.
The first film I've ever done in this that had single figures.
I know, and that is based on 18 positive reviews to 177 negative.
Holy shit.
I don't have the quotes for all 177.
You got the best one.
I have got a choice selection. Movie Talk. The film drains the spark from the four talented young actors with clunky dialogue and crushingly dull narrative. The special effects aren't that special either. Impulsive Gamer, because they review films. The Fantastic Four is a terrible film. A $100 million pinata, deserving of its critical and commercial mauling. Reno News and Reviews. In this day and age, things like this shouldn't be allowed to happen. Andrew, it is now our time to contribute towards reactions to this 5-finger film punch. How much fingers are we going to give?
I'm going to give it a 3.
I'm giving it a 2.
Are you?
Yeah, it's a bit shit.
I'm going to go give it a fucking 3. I
Like-
thought it wasn't bad.
No, that's it. We've seen it. We've did our part. We never need to see it again.
I know.
Like, I wouldn't mind seeing those people again, but like it's we know right away it's never going to, that director and that cast are never going to work together again.
No.
Maybe Miles, maybe Michael B. Jordan will work with his pal again. Sure, like I don't think that's damaged their relationship at all. But those guys, like I'm pretty sure I heard people an article saying that Kate Mara had still not seen the movie. Like she's just not interested in it.
Oh.
It sounds like she never had the best time. So, next time on Films and Swear Movie Podcasts, we will be watching
Shit, what did I say again?
Andrew's choice of
I can't remember what it was called.
The Lazarus Effect.
Oh, that's it.
Yep. From one of the writers from the Fantastic Four.
I just wanted to see it because it's got her in it. Olivia Wilde, is it?
Yes, aye. When I looked at the poster, I thought it was that Famke Jensen. Like, what's her name? Is it Rogue? The one that dies, Phoenix.
Famke Johnson.
Aye, for the X-Men films. Like, just that poster of, like, the big eyes and, like, the face. For that kind of angle, it reminded me of her.
Right.
So, yes, that will be our review next week, The Lazarus Effect. Facebook.com/films and swearing if you want to hear what we're up to, what we're promoting on our page.
Yeah.
Follow us on Twitter at FAS Podcast and at FAS_Andy just to hear us tweet back and forth a bunch of shit.
Yes.
Like, that's more of a back and forth. It's not formal. We're just...
And it's not me, basically, because I don't have a phone.
Yes, aye.
Because my wife's a bitch.
Other than that, all the social networks is mentioned on filmsandswearing.com along with Amazon ads and Google ads. Well, aye. We'll see. We might get that back.
Oh.
Maybe not.
You hear me about it?
No. I got told no. But it doesn't mean I can make a new account.
Oh. Right.
And it doesn't mean I can't. So that's it. I am your host, Stuart Sullivan. Joining me today is the no caring, always wearing Andy Walker.
Yeah.
Tell him.
Fuck off and tune in next week.